So Real Madrid get us back underway in the second half. Getafe 0, Madrid 2. 45 minutes left for Real Madrid to make sure of the points today. It has been plain sailing so far for the Madridistas just south of the city centre. And Getafe, a patched up Getafe at the moment, heading for a 9th game without a win. It would take something exceptional to overturn the tables to that degree.
No changes made, nor on Getafe side, nor on Real Madrid. 22 same players as in the first half.
Real Madrid's salary has been coming to light this week, supposedly up in the 190 million euro bracket, up against a side who have 10% of the salary budget. Not really a fair fight, and Real Madrid picking their way through again at the start of this second half. Inside the first minute of this second period, Luka Modric causing havoc. And now at the other end, a really decent break coming forward from Gavilan, and he's fed Colunga. Could have been a perfect way to start the second half for the home team.
More difficult to bring this one home than the chance from Gareth Bale in the first half from a similar position here for Adrian Colunga. Nice ball from Gavilan towards him, but he was chased by Sergio Ramos here, Adrian Colunga.
Colunga actually set up the winning goal in this fixture last season for Getafe on match day 2. Feeding Abdulaziz Barada, who has since departed the club to play in the Arabian Gulf League, of all places. Pepe, who was almost caught out by Colunga in the first half.
That was a great tackle he got after him and got the ball out of the danger zone. Had a mistake before that, or a weird bounce of the ball in midfield.
Here's Modric again, finding more room down that right flank.
Well, there was space on the wings in the first half. Real Madrid not taking advantage of them.
Oh, Di Maria forcing a good save from Moya. Knew exactly what he wanted to do from the moment he picked up possession. Real Madrid still toying with their hosts and winning a corner with Marcelo using his right foot to good effect.
Getafe defense is very passive, giving a lot of space, a lot of room to Real Madrid, and they can combine as they wish. Di Maria having the space here for the shot. Later on, Marcelo for the dribbling. Moya clears it nicely out on the side, where Getafe picked it up for the next one. Nice move again from Getafe.
Once more, Modric finding room in that channel. Clearance has only found Getafe. Getafe with coverage there, and only just enough.
You have to see the reaction from the Getafe players. You don't have the impression that they're fighting, that they're battling for the permanency in the first league here. Here we have a nice combination earlier between Gareth Bale, Modric, Arbeloa involved there as well. Almost no fight back here from Getafe.
And just a goal kick. Pepe will be searching for a goal. Both he and Di Maria, of course, had their goals in the Copa del Rey chalked off, courtesy of the deflections, which took the ball past goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois. Pepe having a great season in front of goal this year. There is a man who's starting to feel the pinch a bit, Luis Garcia. You mentioned he has a great reputation, Bodo. If today were to be his last day, it would be a bit unfortunate for him on his 100th top-flight game in charge of the club. But considering he's the man who spearheaded Levante's rise to success, has done a very good job over the last 2 seasons with Getafe, always finishing them comfortably in mid-table.
Well, sometimes it's worse to have a little bit of a patience if you see a project, if you have a coach who has an idea. And yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that Luis Garcia has a game plan. He proved it, as you mentioned it, with Levante and with Getafe. Look at Celta de Vigo now with Luis Enrique. When they wanted to fire him in the beginning of the season, now they're pretty doing well. Well, there's something going on between Benzema and Alexis.
Oh, and then
still
a hand in the face by Benzema to Alexis. Now this all stemmed from what just happened, as Benzema felt he was shoved to the ground by Alexis in the build-up to the last attacking play. Benzema certainly flung an arm as he took issue with the centre-back, and the referee at the moment is trying to draw both players over. The yellow card is out. Pedro Perez is trying to stamp his authority without sending anyone from the field here, but he needs both players and both sets of players to calm down.
For a similar situation, Cristiano Ronaldo was sent out. Only the yellow card for both of the players here, Benzema and Alexis. Very, very lucky guys, both of them. And they need to continue for 40 more minutes. And they will meet each other one or the other time. He has started everything. Alexis clearly bringing Benzema down with his right arm. And then only the yellow card for both of them after Benzema handing out.
Yes, we didn't get to see the reaction there from Benzema, where the arm clearly did go across the face of Alexis. As you rightly mentioned, Bodo, this absence that Cristiano Ronaldo is currently having in League, 3-game suspension, arguably for very much the same offence in Athletic Bilbao.
Only one game left that he will be missing. That's the home game against Elche. And no offside here, Gareth Bale.
Little flick on by Modric has found him. Bale now using Di Maria. Again looking to shoot, again bringing a save from the goalkeeper, and Hesse. Well, he's yet to score twice in the same game for Real Madrid. With so much talent and so much of the game left, wouldn't back against him.
And with this self-confidence this man recently gained, with all these goals and all these assists, his performances, why not trying this one? The rebounds from the goalkeeper Moya had difficulties with the Di Maria shot.
First change has been offered by Luis Garcia now. Lafita has come in.
He was supposed to start. Everybody had him on the lineup for Gavilan, but Gavilan was starting. Now Lafita, the attacking midfielder, in for the striker Adrian Kalunga.
Lafita is another of the players who was taken off last week in the game against Osasuna, where they did suffer the injuries. Here he is getting involved for the first time. The referee's actually given Getafe a free kick here. Maybe they'll stand a better chance of penetrating that box now.
Strong challenge from Ángel Di Maria against the youngster Vigaray. No questions asked here. Free kick for the home team.
Wind starting to pick up, and Pedro Leon is a good distance from goal.
Uncomfortable wind in this stadium here. It's getting cold if the wind picks up.
Flighted in by Borja Fernandez in the end, and to no effect whatsoever from Getafe. Excuse me, Diego Castro was the man who flighted that pass in, which was easily claimed by Lopez. Getafe have it back, Lafita again. And the linesman giving this foul against Xabi Alonso. The second one that Xabi Alonso's disagreed with in quick succession.
Ángel Lafita doesn't care. He wants the ball, wants a quick free kick here. Push shoulder against shoulder. Very soft free kick here. Earlier ball, Sergio Ramos claiming for a handball there from Alexis. But I don't think that he was right on this one.
Good spell of the game, though, for Getafe. And Pedro Leon's free kick. The effort was there for Juan Rodriguez. Didn't hit it with too much conviction.
Getafe picking up pace, picking up self-confidence, picking up some hope here in their own stadium. And Real Madrid needs to be careful not to lose their concentration, their intensity.
Well, it looked as though that might have taken a touch off Arbeloa last. It's a goal kick to Real Madrid. Getafe quickly back in possession though. Here's Diego Castro. Pedro Leon. Juan Rodriguez finding Valera. Good run this by the right back, and it's a good cross as well. Lafita. Outwitted by Sergio Ramos.
Losing a little bit control, Real Madrid, the first half. They put pressure on Getafe much earlier in the half of Getafe. Now they're reacting rather than dominating.
Marcelo. SA trying to be cute for Benzema. Didn't work out though.
Well, now it's not the time for cutenesses. Now it's a time for hard fight, for concentration to get back into this game here. If not, Getafe will take over.
You get the feeling one goal for Getafe will very much lift this crowd.
Well, they're pretty close right now. This man in good spirit right now. It's Pedro Leon creating some danger from the play and from set pieces.
Lafita. It's been an awkward opponent so far for Real Madrid to have to deal with.
Yeah, there was a hand out from Sergio Ramos. You could see that, bringing Lafita down and conceding another free kick in a dangerous position. The right hand pulls Lafita down. And Pedro Leon can deliver.
He's getting plenty of practice, isn't he, the former Real Madrid man? Picked out Juan Rodriguez with the last one. Who can he find this time? Dangerous area. It was at Lafita.
Looked like Arbeloa, as a first man, got a foot on it.
We're trying to scope out that pass over a long distance for Pedro Leon. Marcelo read it.
A lot of ball possession right now in the last minutes for Getafe, winning one free kick, one corner after the other. Diego Castro. And this is the scoreboard. Nothing for Getafe, 2 for Real Madrid. But they want to change it.
It's flicked out by Benzema, hammered back in by Diego Castro.
Well cleared here by the French striker for Real Madrid, although right into the middle. And Diego Castro was able to pick it up and try a shot on goal.
Xabi Alonso. Real Madrid just struggling to find their passes over a period. They're being pressed very high up. Ramos reduced to just hacking it back over the halfway line. And look how many players Getafe have in Real Madrid's half. Now they're going to have to backtrack.
They tried in the first half to put pressure on Real Madrid, but they did not do that all together. They were 2 or 3 players only. Now they're working much better together.
Di Maria. Great ball, great run from Benzema. He was hoping more than believing that someone was going to be in the end of that.
I couldn't score from there. There was no angle for him. So he tried to set someone up who was not there. No one following his idea here.
That's where the advantage was played.
Earlier foul on Xabi Alonso, yeah.
Xabi Alonso left in a heap again here. deemed a fair challenge. Juan Valera is able to take the throw in, and Xabi Alonso have to be satisfied with that. Pepe's header. Chance for Marcelo to perhaps slow it down or even quicken it up for Real Madrid, but at the moment most of the pace is being applied by Getafe in pressuring the ball and getting it back.
They do well. 3 players against Marcelo here on this near side.
It's Alexis leaving it for Vigaray. A little touch off there by Laficha. And that came off Borja Fernandez last. Throw into Real Madrid.
And he's asking for intensity. Sergio Ramos, let's go. Let's get closer. Let's get hard again. The last 10 minutes, Real Madrid pretty soft there. Giving a lot of room, a lot of space to Getafe.
Getafe have raised their game.
Big hole in midfield again for Real Madrid, where Getafe is able to play in. Gavilan, their captain.
Vigaray, the chance to cross on his favoured right foot. Laficha. Lovely control, tried to lay it off for Diego Castro. And Di Maria, again, trying to play that intricate football. It's not there, and Jesse Rodriguez showing exasperation. As if to say, what do you want me to do about it? Free kick conceded by Sergio Ramos.
Interesting position there, where the free kick happened. Might be a position for Pedro Leon to go for goal right away. A little bit too far out now. And he tries it.
My goodness.
I think that one was for Jose Mourinho.
Example A for Jose Mourinho's case. He does bring a good deal of technique, though, on most occasions to this Getafe team.
He scored a nice goal this season. I don't remember against whom, from the midline. Goalkeeper was expecting center and was pretty much far out there, and Pedro Leon just scooped it over him. Borja Fernandez, the defensive midfielder, is leaving the pitch. Lassen getting in.
Mehdi Lassen, former Racing player.
Doesn't make a change in the game plan for Luis Garcia. It's a defensive midfielder out, a defensive midfielder in. So nothing will happen too much, despite he has fresh legs in this midfield. Oh, what a pass from Modric.
And the pirouette from Di Maria, unable to pay dividends.
Trying to put pressure up there, Di Maria again, together with Xabi Alonso committing the foul. Leaving the ball to Getafe.
Castro. Well, he was put into that area which caused hesitation between goalkeeper and fullback, but Diego Lopez and Marcelo happy with how they coped.
That ball goes to Real Madrid. It was not an easy ball to cope with, because the goalkeeper, what can he do? He just can touch it and bring it on for a corner throw-in. Wonderful pass here by Modric, and the first control is not the best from Di Maria.
Almost perfect improvisation, just didn't come off for him. Now Marcelo. Hesse. Marcelo again. For Luka Modric to take aim and find the back of the net for the first time in La Liga this season. Luka Modric extends Real Madrid's advantage. And that should be game, set and match.
Out of nowhere, he comes, Luka Modric. Real Madrid, the last 15 minutes, a little more in trouble than anything else. And there he comes, Luka Modric from distance. The way he likes to score, outside the box. Strong shot. And Miguel Angel Moya cannot cope with it. I think he sees it late as Alexis covers a little bit his side, because the ball does not enter right next to the post. Moya moving a little bit to the right to see the ball, and then it's too late when it actually sees it. It had already seen the net.
Modric puts that one alongside his goal in the Champions League on match day 6 against Copenhagen, and becomes now the 11th different player to score in La Liga for Real Madrid this season. His first strike since the tail end of last year. He's deserved a goal all campaign, and he gets one now in the derby at Getafe. That should strike down any kind of fight back and resistance from the home team.
Yeah, football is not always fair. Getafe the better team in the second half here. Couldn't score, but instead of scoring themselves, conceding another one.
Hesse brought to ground by a retreating Juan Valera.
Was afraid to cope the run with the youngster. Was afraid of the speed of Jesse Rodriguez. So he just pulled him down there. No question that this is a clear yellow card.
Valera's second of the season. Was also booked in a fairly forgettable outing for Getafe in another derby against Atleti earlier this campaign when they lost 7-0 at the Calderon. Not quite that bad yet.
Result enough though for Real Madrid to get over Atletico.
Bale's cross seen by Moya. I was about to say before that goal was struck by Luka Modric how dangerous and how comfortable Real Madrid look when Marcelo comes forward. He really does alter the game plan. His ability to go either outside or inside with his pace and intelligence. It was he who led that attack to tee up Modric.
Yeah, it does not appear too often today on this left wing, but when he does, it's quality. I think that's what you want to see, not quantity. You want to see the quality.
It's a case of perhaps Marcelo really knowing when to pick and choose his moments to join that attack.
He did not always knew that. So he got much better recently, and of course the age, the experience helps a lot. Diego Lopez going for a trip there in the box.
He was very fortunate in the end. It was Juan Rodriguez who was challenging him. Here's Marcelo again.
Once you have decided as a goalie to come out, you have to make your run, and he tried it. This time did not reach the ball.
Marcelo here feeling he didn't get the referee's favor, but he lost possession. Good work by Sergio Ramos to help Real Madrid out though in the corner. Beautiful pass.
Confident pass here from Luka Modric over to Gareth Bale.
Arbeloa has been pickpocketed there by Lafita. Lafita has actually scored 4 goals against Real Madrid, all of them at the Bernabeu.
Ball coming towards Diego Lopez. Usually a ball he handles pretty well. Coming a little bit too late here.
Another corner for Real Madrid to have to defend. Lopez again under aerial pressure from Lisandro Lopez, and then Alexis going down in the box. He's still down there. Holding his face as if there was clear contact. We'll have to take another look at that.
Still down, but the danger is there.
Getafe still coming. Until the foul there by Pedro Leon on Alvaro Arbeloa. And Alexis now appears to be fine, apart from venting his anger at the referee.
He needs to be careful with his words. He has a yellow card already after the little fight with Benzema. Here we have it. Ramos bringing the elbow up as he does. The only difference is that Sergio Ramos was a little bit higher than him. But definitely here, there was a slight contact.
Introduction of another change then. Pedro Leon is withdrawn and Pablo Sarabia comes in.
Midfielder, former Real Madrid player. For a former Real Madrid player, Pablo Sarabia. Of course, it's special to play against Real Madrid, he said during the week. Maybe he can help his team out to get a better result at least.
Isco is going to be introduced by Carlo Ancelotti.
Had a good game against Atletico Madrid in Copa during the week.
Di Maria, defended by Valera, further by Vigaray, at the expense of another corner. He'll be nervously watching for the coming weeks, Luis Garcia, if he is to survive this patchy run of form. They need more points on the board. Same for everyone, of course. Modric's corner. Out by Vigaray.
The 16th position, Getafe still. Well, they have to wait what Malaga does. They're playing after them.
As they play tomorrow, Malaga against Real Sociedad. Malaga currently just 1 point behind them. Almeria have already played yesterday against Levante. Almeria are level on points with Getafe. Almeria having lost against Levante yesterday, that has helped out Getafe. Shot fired in there by the new man. And all of the crowd cheering the ball, ending up in the back of the net after it rebounded off the advertising boards. But, Pablo Sarabia trying to make an imprint against the team that let him go as a youth. Karim Benzema, very grateful to be leading the line still at Real Madrid and getting his goal today to put him all-time 16th, clear of Maloney and clear of Ronaldo in the all-time scoring stakes for Real Madrid. 105 goals, replaced now by Isco.
Getting his goal, getting a yellow card, so I think it's a wise decision by Carlo Ancelotti to take him out there. He was in permanent fight with Alexis. Alexis is a player uncomfortable to play against and can provoke you. So Isco coming in with fresh ideas, and that's yellow card for Modric for handball.
Luka Modric diving like a goalkeeper on the halfway line.
He did well if he would be a goalkeeper, but in midfield, that's clearly a yellow card, shouldn't do that. So, if necessary, you know who you can put between the sticks here. Nice reaching out there. Oh, but he loses it again. So we'll have to think about that again.
I can speak to this. I'm not sure with his height he would do particularly well.
You remember Gavi playing as goalkeeper when he needed to for Atletico Madrid a couple of weeks ago.
How did that work out?
It couldn't be any worse with Modric in goal, right? He conceded the penalty. Or they let it in at least.
Or with it being the Winter Olympics, perhaps he could play in goal in ice hockey. Certainly quick enough reactions there. Modric joining Benzema on the score sheet and in the book.
Ambitious ball from Ramos to Arbeloa, who's able to control it and hold it in. Great job by the right back.
Next up for Getafe, doesn't get much easier. They take on a very informed Celta Vigo side. Here comes Marcelo.
Well, Gese leaving space for Marcelo another time on the left wing.
Bale. Still looking for his goal as the afternoon draws to a close.
Well intercepted here by the captain, Sergio Ramos. And Marcelo again on the left.
Only found Juan Rodriguez with his pullback. Here's Sarabia.
Oh, there was a handout from Di Maria. I don't know if he touched it, but it looks like, because the referee has the yellow card out for him as well. Yep, he touches it. Deserved yellow card for Di Maria.
It has in recent years become an offence which is much more punished with the yellow card. Deliberate handball wherever it happens or appears to happen on the field. Certainly Getafe were on the breakaway there. They can have cause for complaint.
His third yellow for Angel Di Maria.
Of course, we saw the mini derby yesterday, the mini El Clasico. Played at Real Madrid. And they won handsomely against Barcelona, having come from behind, but saw two players sent off. The reason I bring it up is a very debatable penalty given against Barcelona's reserves in that game for handball. Player seemed to have the ball ricochet off his leg onto his own arm. And,
yeah, it was
sometimes questionable.
No, it wasn't a penalty. There was no intention to play the ball with the hand. But sometimes irritation. And for Luka Modric, his goalkeeper's training here in midfield costed him. He's out for the next game with 5 yellows. Will miss the game, the home match against Elche.
But perhaps with the Champions League coming up after that game, it's a nice decision already made for Carlo Ancelotti in terms of rotating his team even further. Here's Bale, someone who needs match fitness. Third start in a row, though, for him today. No ill effects on his left thigh as yet.
You might think if Modric even had this in mind when he reached out with the hand for this ball. I remember a similar situation when I played in Cologne. One of my teammates in danger to lose the cup final, so he decided.
Oof, an effort that is from Marcelo. Good save from Moya to turn it around for a corner.
He decided to get another one, asked the coach what to do, and the coach said just to do it, and he did it, but they were caught and he couldn't play the final at all, whereas the committee suspended him for the final.
Well, Modric gets an early rest now, and here's the moment where he embellished the score sheet for the first time this season in La Liga.
Beautiful setup from Marcelo, and Modric, not one of his best shots, but good enough to beat Moya to score the third goal against Getafe. And the logical change we've seen in the first half. Mendy was warming up already.
Pepe turning that ball onto a Getafe defender.
Well, Lisandro Lopez was the one with number 4 who got the final deflection on it. Dangerous one. And this man doesn't want to be beaten another time.
Di Maria flings it in once more there.
Oh, lucky here. Good defended by Xabi Alonso. Was a counter-attack possibility for Getafe.
Beautifully finding Di Maria too. Di Maria hoisting it in. Goalkeeper gives a big shout. An incredible little challenge there from Lisandro Lopez as the ball was about to drop.
Moya had taken the decision to punch it away early on. Finally, he had the time to grab it, but he just had his eyes on the ball. Wanted to be strong in the air.
Di Maria's cross once more. It's too far in advance of Isco and Bale. It's Iramendi.
No contact for now for Isco. The ball is passing him from left to right, from right to left. Couldn't reach out for it.
Sarabia fouled by Sergio Ramos. Former Real Madrid youth getting his free kick. It's not just players who interchange between Real Madrid and Getafe. As we mentioned, Sarabia and Pedro Leon. This club in the suburbs counts a number of top-class Real Madrid midfielders amongst its former coaches. So they had Quique Sanchez-Flores, Bernd Schuster, Michael Laudrup and Michel. Michel, of course, is the man responsible for their highest ever league position, 6th place 4 seasons ago.
Oh, well, he took a similar turn in the 2010-2011 season when they really started very well. And then, after 4 victories in a row, they had 9 matches without winning. And this is the same amount that Getafe has right now. He paid attention to this deflection earlier. Miguel Angel Moya. Another change prepared. Another midfield player, Casemiro, coming on for Real Madrid.
There's Lisandro Lopez challenging again with Sergio Ramos, and, guilty of a shove, taking a push on the back of his opposite number. Third change in the offing, as you mentioned. Casemiro is about to come in for Real Madrid, receiving his last instructions from Paul Clement. We'll see if he just comes in possibly for Xabi Alonso or even Di Maria.
Gareth Bale still hanging on there in his 3rd straight appearance for Real Madrid after his several injuries. Angel Di Maria leaving the pitch, so it's a midfield player for a midfield player. Although Casemiro a little bit more defensively orientated than Angel Di Maria.
Casemiro has found playing time to be at a premium of late since this rebalance has taken shape for Ancelotti's team.
More space available now in midfield as they playing 3 midfield players. Nice action here started with Di Maria and Marcelo's shot.
So not just a 3rd straight game for Gareth Bale to start, but a 3rd straight game that he will hopefully finish. Iramendi almost caught out trying to be clever. In the end, it looked very good. Just trying to lift the pass on around the corner. Arbeloa
giving it a try here from a difficult angle.
Only ever scored 2 professional goals in the top flight.
If you don't shoot, you can't score, Ross. So that's a try he tries here. Doesn't take on the spin he wanted, and it's too high. And the life of a coach, Luis Garcia, not in the best time of his life right now with Getafe. I think we don't go too far if we say that's the 9th match here for Getafe without winning.
I think it's pretty much a certainty at this point as we approach 5 minutes to go to the end. Getafe 0, Real Madrid 3. Goals from Hesse, Karim Benzema, and a 3rd by Luka Modric in the 2nd half. Really securing the points for Real Madrid to keep pace with Barcelona and Atletico Madrid ahead of them after their heavy wins yesterday. Real Madrid very much in line to pick up theirs today. The only side out of the three playing away from home this weekend. Not that that has fazed them. Casemiro won't reach that. Foul on Lisandro Lopez. That's not the more famous Lisandro Lopez, we should say, the Argentine striker, although he is Argentine. His namesake now playing football in Qatar with Al Harafa, former Lyon man. But, Getafe grateful for the use of Lisandro Lopez, their own Lisandro Lopez on loan from Benfica. Hasn't been able to stop Real Madrid today at the heart of the defence though. Getafe closing out this match with a corner of their own. Can they get something from the derby?
Captain Gavilan wants to provide here. Pepe jumping the highest.
Jose Rodriguez not really with a plan with that pass.
Free kick goes to Xabi Alonso here.
Jose Rodriguez, who hasn't really had a chance beyond that one in the second half to add to his tally today. The game has become a little disjointed as Getafe definitely raised the temperature at the start of the second half before being killed off by Modric's strike.
Yeah, that brought them completely down. There was help in this 15 minutes. They were the better team than Real Madrid when they came out of the locker room for the second half. They couldn't produce any dangerous occasions, couldn't bring Diego Lopez in problems. On the other hand, out of nowhere, Luka Modric scored the third goal.
Well, Real Madrid playing catch-up today. Next week, they will go first out of the big three as they take on Elche at home. Followed up on the same day, Saturday, with Barcelona travelling to Real Sociedad. That might be an interesting encounter for Tata Martino's team. And Atletico Madrid are also away next week. They will play last out of the three on the Sunday at Osasuna. Also, not always the easiest ground to go to, but Atletico Madrid managed very well there last season.
Barcelona and Real Madrid giving away some points in Osasuna this season. We'll see how Atletico Madrid will cope with them. Early kickoff for Real Madrid, 4 p.m. in Europe, which means 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss this one. Real Madrid against Elche. Remember the discussions about the penalty in the first round in Elche. Real Madrid luckily winner of the 3 points there.
They haven't been lucky today. They've been pretty clinical when they've needed to be. As early as the 5th minute, they found the way through and haven't entirely looked troubled by Getafe, apart from that spell at the start of the second half when more focus was needed, and Real Madrid once again responded with that focus to keep the home side out. It's meant that Carlo Ancelotti can walk away with another 3 points this weekend and stay level pegging at the top of the standings.
Yeah, the victory goes to the very concentrated first half of Real Madrid. They lost this concentration and lost intensity in the second half. And we're lucky to get the third goal right in the important moment to hold Getafe down. Because it was a time when Getafe had hope, wanted to come back. And from that moment on, Getafe gave up. Real Madrid managed the game here until the last minute.
There's Xabi Alonso for Marcelo. Chance here on the far side, Isco.
Ow! Bouncing on the crossbar after this deflection. Isco in here for 15 minutes. Did not have too much opportunities to sparkle.
Well, he's been in the news this week because Ancelotti has freely admitted that he's not happy he hasn't had enough game time. What a lovely touch. Even better second touch. And he hammered the third across goal.
He's a player who is comfortable in the box. He doesn't necessarily have to play behind the strikers. He can play in the Benzema position. We've seen that throughout the week in the Copa game against Atletico, where he did a very good game. And this action here proves it another time that he is very comfortable. He likes to be there and has the moves to be successful.
Hasn't scored since that 2-2 draw at Osasuna, game you were referencing earlier, Bodo. That was before Christmas. He's found those chances few and far between in the 4-3-3 system. But, Ancelotti was keen to stress, we remember what he achieved for us earlier in the season, winning us plenty of points when the team was not in a very good moment.
I had a great start into the season, and for a new signing like him was very important. And he has still a lot of people who respect him, who like him as a player. But you can only play 11 players. Ask Iker Casillas about this.
This is only the fourth game since he last scored that Isco's actually played in. Coming closer than anyone else to adding the fourth. We've had good strikes from Marcelo and Di Maria that Moya's been able to cope with. Last few seconds of time added on now. Carlos Vigaray still searching for that consolation for Getafe. Sarabia.
Youngster had a very good game, deserves more chances. Carlos Vigaray. Luis Garcia, if he still is coach next week, needs players like him who want to stand up, who want to fight for their team, who want to give everything that Getafe stays in La Liga for next season.
It's Real Madrid's second derby victory of the week, and this one perhaps against less illustrious rivals, but 3 important points earned away from home, keeping pace with the leaders. They stay right at the top with 60 points earned now. There's only 4 shy of the record-breaking point from Jose Mourinho this stage of that season when they won the title. They are very much in the hunt, and without Cristiano Ronaldo, they get the job done with comfort yet again in La Liga.
I think that's very important news again for Real Madrid, that even their top striker is missing. The other players are able to produce, are able to score. Benzema does, Jesse does, he stands up whenever he's needed. A very solid first half. Real Madrid got a little bit in trouble in the second, but scored at the right moment.
So it's as you were at the top of the table coming into the round, going out of the round. 24 is in the books. Real Madrid with another 3 points. 3-0 they've won it at Getafe. From Bodo Illgner and myself, Ross Dyer, bye for now.
presents...
I bought the warm calling car hoping to talk to my girlfriend in Mexico. And every time I get near the phone,